My class is about the future tense. In order to activate my students' previous knowledge, we are going to talk about some topic that nowadays is very important for us, about the next president. So we can start ask my students who they think will win. And we start with that, and they give me some sentences using the future simple. I write the sentence on the board and underline the structure of the future sentence. Then I give to my students a reading. This is a very short reading about the future simples. They have to read and then answer the questions using the future simple. Then they have to rewrite the sentence. For example, the affirmative sentence that give the example, rewrite to a negative sentence, use no question, WH question, and tag question, in order to remember the, the this grammar point and use the simple future. Then I will give you my students another readings. There are too short, and this talk about the future perfect, progressive, and future perfect. We are to compare both of them in order to find the difference, and then I explain the structure and explain the vocabulary. In this reading, they have to answer the questions as the same as the previous reading, and then rewrite the sentence into a negative, yes, no question, WH question, and can question. In here, they have to use future perfect progressive or future perfect. Then, in order to learn more about the tenses that we already know, I'm going to give you my students some cards. These cards are empty. They have to draw a picture and then write a sentence in order to play a future teller. And the future teller said the students the future that they see in the cards. For example, this is the model. In this case, I paste on the board and they can see the model. For example, this. You can observe a sad face, and the sentence says, if you don't study, you will fail the exam. This is another. This is the picture, and the sentence says, this time next month, you will be lying on the beach. This is another tense in future. For example, this, another. The students can use a simple sentence or a complex sentence. It doesn't matter. For example, in this, one sentence says, you will be a pilot. Another sentence says, you will have traveled the world by the time you turn 30. And for example, this is another, and this card is useful for them because I don't know why they love these topics, and says, by the end of this year, you will have met the love of your life. So the students have to do the same. They have to write a sentence using the tenses and write an image. And then one student will be the future teller and read the cards to the costume, and then we switch which is the role. I only play as a facilitator to correct them. Another game that they love is the Jeopardy. We play this in teams. They choose a square and they answer. If the answer is correct, they will be a point. And the questions are very easy. For example, some question, for example, is English has a future tenses. The student have to answer true or false. Another question could be, what is the formula for an affirmative sentence with future form will? And if the student gives the correct formula, they win a point. So this game is very useful for the students and for learn. Another game that they like a lot is the bag. They sit in circle, and some students choose an object and show to their partners, and they have to make a question, obviously to the future. A question could be, why do you have a giraffe on your back? And the student next to the girl or to the boy who has the object have to answer. For example, I'm going to give it to a lovely classmate. Uh, they they make a question and the other students answer using the future. They can use future simple, be going, future perfect continuous. Another game that they like a lot is the date. One of my students have to be ready for a date with the man or the woman of her dreams. So they give some advices in order to the person have a perfect date in order to meet a correct man or a correct woman of their life. And they like a lot because the sentence right on the board, and they realize how to use the different tenses of future, and also they are they enjoy the activity. Another activity is a video. So in the video, they watch only half of the video, and they predict the end of the video using the future. Later on, they watch the complete video and then can realize if they are right or no. Um, well, I think that's all. And I have to mention that I can record my class because the principal doesn't allow me to record the class because it's prohibited. I don't know why, but that's why I pretend to tell you how do I did my class. Thank you.